Hello there and welcome at Scope of Life. My name is Egwin. I welcome you to this first video tutorial about the Baduanjin. Baduanjin is a Chinese health art. This time we are running through 8 exercises at beginner's level, different tutorials for each exercise. So right now, today, I'm going to start with the very first tutorial, which is the first movement, obviously, of the Baduanjin 8 movements set. I guess you have seen the whole set in the first video where I was talking about doing the tutorial already. Well, now we're going into a little bit greater detail, still at beginner's level, but in order to give you the opportunity to learn all those movements actually back home. If you have any questions, just leave them afterwards in the comment box or contact me directly. We'll see what's going on. Right now, I'm going to run you through the first movement. The first movement is called Supporting the Heavens. It's just bringing the arms up and doing a little stretching move. Nothing fancy, nothing really difficult. I'm going to run you through the whole movement, do it at first, and then we talk about some small intricacies. We always start with a couple of breaths at the beginning. We're talking about breath in another tutorial series a little later. And you just come up with the arms, interlace the fingers, push up, open the arms again, and come back down. Doesn't really look that difficult. It isn't. Well, there are some small things that you need to know in order to perform the movement properly and in order to gain something from it, which is the main reason, I guess, why you're here and why you're watching it. Now, first things first. Whenever we move something in Chinese health arts, we always try to move it with as less effort as possible. So when we lift the arm, right now, lifting the arm is something that happens with not a lot of tension, like bringing the arm up completely straight and very stiff. No, it utilizes the smallest amount of muscular tension humanly possible in order to bring up the arm. You might notice it's completely relaxed, it's completely soft and wobbly. You don't really move it while we're bringing it up, but you bring the arms up with as less tension as possible. That's also the reason you might have noticed that when we are up here and we interlace the fingers, don't stay up here. Don't keep your arms up here and just turn the palms away from the body. Allow in the elbows for a small bend, which means bring your arms up, interlace your fingers, allow the bend in the elbow, bringing the arms closer to the head, not completely resting on the head like now. You just bring the arms up, interlace the fingers, turn the palms away. Now you're stretching. Then release and let the arms gently sink back down again. You sink back into your heel. Now the arm movement is obviously one part. I just mentioned the heel. Well, that's the second part of this exercise. We bring the arms up, we interlace the fingers, we turn the palms away, and as soon as we've turned the palms away and start with the stretch, now we come onto the ball of the foot, the heel leaves the ground. Now it's a small balancing exercise, and then we release the arms and we use the whole arm movement until the arms are hanging loosely left and right of my body to bring the heel back down again. So coming to the ball of the foot and lifting the heel off the ground is slightly different than coming back. Because when I bring up the arms, Nothing happens in the legs, nothing happens in my feet. The last part of the movement, so the actual stretching part, now I come up on the ball of my foot. But in order to come back down, I use the whole arm movement, the whole way from the top to the bottom, in order to slowly, slowly, slowly sink back down into the heel. That obviously takes a little bit of practice. I'm gonna show it to you from the side so you have an impression from a different angle. Just bring your arms up gently, left and right of your body. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms away. Push up onto the ball of your foot. Release the arms and gently come back down again. And now my heels are touching the ground again. It's quite difficult here because the ground is a little uneven. I'm gonna try and bring up my trousers here so you can actually see what is going on with my heel. Now, when I'm standing here, I just bring my arms up, interlace the fingers. Now watch my right heel. Now the heel's coming off the ground. And when I release the arms and I come back down again, I slowly, 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 slowly come back until my heel actually touches the ground again. Obviously, for you to do the training, it's much easier and also better just to get used to the body movement, to do this exercise somewhere where you have a stable ground. In here I'm in the middle of the rice fields, so at the moment one that's not used obviously, but still the ground is a little wobbly, which is nice for intricate training. So when you're a little further, when you want to challenge your balance a little bit, it's really nice to do some training somewhere where the ground is uneven or even a little unstable. Now, there is one major thing. When you come up and you push to the ball of your foot, at the beginning you might experience a little instability in your body. Don't bother. It's not that big a problem. What do I mean? If you're unstable, that's fine. Just don't do one thing. Don't tense up and try to hold yourself in a certain position. So, from now on, I come up with my arms. I play this now. I come up. Whoa, I lose balance. Don't try to hold it. If you lose balance, whoa, just make a couple of steps until you've reached the stable position again, then stretch up, and then release and come back down again. So that's very important. Never try to force something. It's not about force, it's about technique, and it's about getting to know your body. Talking about technique, there is one tiny little detail that will help you heaps in order to achieve stability in this position. And that's quite simple. The exercise is called supporting the heavens. Well, you can only support something if you have a good footing on your own. So supporting the heavens can't be anything where your focus goes completely up there. Whenever you're focusing just in one direction, you might lose balance. In this exercise in specific, what we're doing, what we're trying to do, you are the center part of this movement. You're the center part between the ground, the earth, and the heaven. And that's exactly what your focus has to do. You bring up the arms, turn the palms away. Okay, and now your focus sort of divides. Part of your awareness goes to the ground, and part of your awareness, your focus, goes upwards. As if you were pushing into both directions from your center. It's really not that difficult. Don't think about, whoa, but which muscles do I have to use in order to push into both directions? No, doesn't matter. Just imagine as if you were like standing maybe in a small doorway, and you're actually standing in this doorway, having your palms on the upper part of the door, having your feet on the ground and trying to push both apart. It's that simple. It's the same principle, just now we have the earth and we have the heavens. So from this position, bring your arms up. And from now on, part of your awareness goes downwards, part of your awareness goes upwards. And as soon as you do that, your body will remain completely calm and still in the middle, because if you define two polarity points, the center will be calm and quiet. And that's exactly what we want to do here. Talking about that, what's this exercise for? Apart from just a nice little stretch for the whole body, this exercise works with the so-called triple heater. The triple heater is a functional organ that's described by traditional Chinese medicine. A functional organ because there is no anatomical organ that you can call the triple heater. There are anatomical structures that combined describe the area where the triple heater works. But the triple heater is in itself a functional organ, balancing out three major areas in your body. One being the whole chest area, everything above your diaphragm, so your lungs, your heart, your thymus gland, everything that's up here. The second part, the middle heater, triple heater, the middle heater, everything that's to do with digestion. Your stomach, your spleen, your liver, all the internal organs that are placed inside your belly. And thirdly, the lower heater, which is everything that's outside of the abdominal region, so being all your genitals, the whole urogenital tract, all the area in your pelvis with all its muscles, with all its glands, with all its bones, and also the kidneys. Anatomically, the kidneys are outside the belly cave. So the kidneys are backwards. The kidneys are actually, if you look at it from a fascial side, the kidneys belong to the lower heater. Also anatomically, that's correct. And that's exactly the thing that we're working upon here. In traditional Chinese point of view, those three areas have to be balanced in terms of they have to work with each other instead of against each other. When they are balanced, the overall situation of a human body, of a human health system, the immune system, is in perfect shape and condition. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're trying to balance those three major areas. Balance on one side, slightly activate on the other. That's why this exercise is right at the beginning. So in itself, it's already a very powerful tool to maintain and sustain your health. And as a starting point for the whole movement set, it's a very nice, very good working exercise just to get you kick-started into your day, into this exercise, into your new way of touching yourself in a healthy manner. Now, another small point that I wanna point out here. It's the arms. Make sure that your arms stay above your head, not somewhere in front, not somewhere in the back. Meaning, when I bring my arms up, notice I bring them up completely on the side of my body, not back there, so I don't open up my chest. No, I just bring the arms up on the side of my body. I interlace my fingers over my crown. And now I turn the palms away and I push up. But notice, when I push up, my arms are still over my body. And not somewhere out front, not somewhere in the back. The same goes for left and right. It's not a bending motion to any kind of, to any side. It's just a stretching motion, straight up and straight down. With your center, your three main areas in the middle being balanced between the two polarities. All right, talking about one more thing, that's the breathing. Well, breathing technique, something, as I mentioned before, for another tutorial series. But talking about breathing in this exercise, it's really quite simple. When you come up, you breathe in. When you come down, you breathe out. So that is your inhalation. Up until the point where you stretch the most. And as soon as you release the fingers and come back down, that is your exhalation until the arms reach their starting spot down here again, and you start the whole movement with an inhalation all over again. In breathing, there is one important thing in all Qigong sets, and that is that with some exceptions in some of the hard-style Qigong sets, normally whenever it's about health, in traditional Chinese medicine, we try to have a flowing aspect, meaning there is no holding your breath at any given point. Actually, whenever movement starts, all parts are moving. Whenever movement stops, all parts are stopping. So I lift my arm and the rest of the body doesn't do anything. That's just not it. Whenever I lift my arm, breathing already started. My whole body is doing something. What exactly is something for the slightly advanced and then tutorial series that goes with the advanced version. But whenever you move something in your body, make sure that your breath is connected with it in a natural and flowing manner. So when I come up here, I bring my arm up, that's the inhalation, and the exhalation. So there is no break between inhalation and exhalation, and there is also no break between exhalation and inhalation. Okay? Inhalation and exhalation are both flowing into each other very gently and with no effort whatsoever. Now at the beginning, if you're slightly tensed in your chest area and in your abdominal muscles that are very important part for breathing, you might have problems with taking a breath that's that long. Don't bother. Just make sure that the exercise starts with an inhalation when you lift the arms, and that the exhalation, or one exhalation, starts when you bring your arms back down. So really, the main thing is not to stress yourself. That's the most important thing. You're doing a health exercise. So that's exactly what you want to do for you. You want to do something good for you. What I mean, to be completely on the point, if you can't take a breath that's as long as your body movement, don't speed up the body movement just in order to fit it inside your breath. Just take a second breath in between, and that's fine. Inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation if needed. Normally coming down is easier in one breath. Remember that your goal is to fit the whole movement into one inhalation and one exhalation. That's fine. That's where you want to go, but you don't have to be there right now already. You can build up until you reach this point very gently. It's no problem whatsoever. Talking about repetitions, don't stress yourself. Just do a couple of them, like 2, 4, 6, something like that. Maybe in the morning or in the evening, or in the morning and in the evening, or somewhere in between. When you stand up from your table at work, depending on what you do, just do the movement a couple of times. It will already help you get a little bit more connected with your body consciousness, your awareness in the body, and it will boost your energy level. It's a very good and nice exercise to work through the whole body without any specifics. Especially coming on the toes is very important because it works on the leg muscles, and that again is very important for people who are sitting a lot. So it's an easy exercise, nice to use wherever and whenever you want. It doesn't really take a lot of place, it doesn't really take a lot of time. It is the first out of 8 exercises. Well, you will see them in the next couple of weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. I wish you all the best. Take care. Make sure to subscribe to get the other 7 exercises. They're all more or less in the same category in terms of difficulty. Some are a little bit more difficult, but nothing that's really a big problem. All together, the whole set together, just to give you a small insight, doing it with 2 repetitions or 4 repetitions per exercise will take you roughly somewhere between, depending on the speed, between 8 and, well, maybe 20 minutes, depending on how you perform it. So all together, a very nice health exercise that will boost your overall confidence, your health, your flexibility, and your energy. And so, get started. Have a wonderful day. I wish you all the best. See you again soon at Scope of Life. Bye.